Hello and welcome to It Came From the Pod, where me and my brother discuss everything horror. We give you the good, the bad, and the gory. And with me, as always, is your host from the coast, Derrick T. Jackson.
Hello and what's up, everybody?
And I am J Jules Jackson, and today we're going to be doing a little movie called Tales from the Darkside.
The movie.
Not the TV show that was, beloved and done by George A. Romero and Tom Savini and got pretty much everybody their start in the horror industry. This is actually an anthology movie series. And Derrick, this was your pick, correct?
Yes, this was my pick. Absolutely. Yeah. And it's basically, I'm going to call it nostalgia candy.
Okay. Well, this movie came out in 1990. So how old were you then?
I was 7.
You were 7 years old in 1990. I was 10. And did you get to see this in theater?
No, I didn't see it in theaters. I think it was on like HBO. It was on one because Dad had the premium channel.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
Oh, he had premium
shit.
Yeah.
So I think HBO.
We slept on mattresses on the floor, but we had premium channels.
And pizza.
We had no sheets or pillows, but we had HBO.
Pizza and Kool-Aid. It was on one of those premium channels, and I just remember watching it a lot. I don't think I watched it right when it came out. Obviously, I had to wait for it to go to those channels. But I watched it when I was a kid, and it stuck with me. So it's just like I said, nostalgia.
I have a faint memory of actually seeing it in theaters at like 10 years. A very faint memory of seeing it in theaters. So and the only one who would take me to go see that would probably be Dad.
Well, it would have been Dad.
Yeah, it would have been Dad. So he might have taken me or something, but I think I remember that.
And left me at home with the Kool-Aid and the pizza.
And they go and HBO.
And Weekend at Bernie's.
So this movie is actually done by the director John Harrison, and it's about an hour and a half movie. It's a real good, easy
Solid
watch.
runtime.
It goes by pretty quick. I, for the most part, kind of liked it.
Yeah, and another thing I saw in it when I was looking it up, I didn't realize it's specified as a dark comedy.
And I can see that.
Horror comedy.
Yeah, and I can see that. I can definitely see, because there's a lot of parts. And I don't know if they were made to be intentionally funny, but some of them were funny. So and we'll get into a lot of that stuff when we start breaking down these stories. But one of the things that I do love about this, before we actually get into the movie, I kind of wanted to talk about Debbie Harry before we get in here.
Oh, you mean Blondie?
Blondie.
Yeah.
So what do you know about Blondie?
Okay, so I'm not a I'm not like a deep cut fan of hers, but I do love all her hits. I love like "Call Me," I love what's it, "Heart of Glass" or
okay.
Like,
so
I love those songs, and she's also in Videodrome.
Oh yeah.
She's in Videodrome, and I think she's in other stuff too.
Yeah, so that's something that's and one of the stories that when we were actually looking at some of the special features on the DVD, one of the stories told about Debbie Harry that I think was badass was that one of the lamps from the ceiling fell and almost killed her.
A piece of, like a lighting fixture fell.
And almost,
a heavy piece of lighting fell from the ceiling, and it almost hit her. And they go, it probably would have killed her.
It probably would have killed her. And she just went, Yeah. And then kept
Blondie's badass.
Yeah, dude,
she's badass.
That's badass.
So she makes cool hit songs that I like, and she's into horror, obviously. So yeah.
All right.
She checks all the boxes for me.
Oh, that's great. All right. So let's get into it. So we're going to open up with Debbie Harry, and she's actually part of the wraparound story. And we see her, and she's coming out of a shop with some fresh cut flowers, and she gets into her car, and she's driving around town with some beautiful music playing in the background. It's very fun. It's very friendly. And one of the things I notice about this town is that it looks like Providence, Rhode Island.
It does, and then her license plate does say New York, but it looks like Providence.
Yeah, it looks like Providence, Rhode Island. Population white, I would say. Very white. It's a very white population.
Place has a shoe cobbler.
And not just a shoe cobbler, but his father was a shoe cobbler, and his father's father was a shoe cobbler. You could tell it's a very, very old white town.
Yeah. That store's there forever. It's still open today. In 2024, there's still a shoe cobbler there. And speaking of her license plate, it says USA #1.
USA #1. It's just to really drive home of how Americano that. And it's funny because movies in the 90s, they wanted to make something Americano. It was all white.
Mm-hmm. It was very white. Even the landscaper.
Yeah, she passed the landscaper.
Yeah, the landscapers are white. She's
waving.
Everybody waves.
Everybody waves at each other.
Yeah.
So
it looked like a nice town.
It looked like
I would love to live there.
Okay, now hold on.
I don't want to get political or anything. You know, we're not like that here at It Came From the Pod, but like heaven to live there.
Stop.
No, I'm just kidding.
So anyways, she parks her car and she's going into her house, and she's obviously has groceries, and we get into this kitchen and she's on the phone talking, and what we basically get is the understanding that she is actually going to have a dinner party.
Starting at 8 p.m.
Mm-hmm. Now she goes into this conversation, and one of the things I notice about the conversation is that she's like, she needs champagne glasses. And if she doesn't have champagne glasses, she will go ahead and drink out of jelly glasses. Now, the first thing I noticed when she walked into this modern kitchen, island, granite countertops, refrigerator with the see-through. This refrigerator had internet in the 1990s.
She had the see-through fridge, which I thought was a new thing.
Right.
I didn't know they had that in the 90s. She had it.
It's all very it looks modern even by today's standard. She has a milkshake machine in the back, like, you know, to actually steer, like one of those old school ones where you actually stir your own milkshakes, but she doesn't have champagne glasses. Like, she's going to drink from jelly jars. She doesn't eat jelly. This is not the type of, you know.
And I like how she threatens to go, I guess we'll just drink out of jelly jars.
We'll just drink out of
jelly. You don't bring my champagne glasses, bitch.
So we get into this. We got a piece of Americana. We got the music. It's putting us in a good mood. And then she finally opens the door, and there's like I want to say like an iron cage. Like if you were ever to ride Pirates of the Caribbean and the pirates that are in the cage, like,
or if you were doing time in the medieval time.
It's like, yeah. So everything's modern except for the prison that she has built in her kitchen, where we're introduced to Matthew Lawrence, who plays the little boy, and he is chained to the wall. And Timmy. And we realize that she's actually preparing for a dinner party where she's actually going to cook and eat little Timmy. Yeah. So we get this.
And so my question to you is, though, when you see the kitchen, that dungeon that she has him in was pretty big.
It's huge.
It was
huge.
Like almost 300 square feet. Something like that. It was a big dungeon.
I'm American, so I don't like really measure things with the units of measure. I'm like, I could fit about 3 horses.
Yes, you could have.
It's about a 3-horse dungeon or jail or whatever you want to call it.
And there's cookies smashed on the floor. Not even good cookies.
I like, okay, did you notice the floor? The floor has the mosaic tiles and all the way, but then you get to the dungeon and it's dirt.
She's like, so imagine the contractor because she didn't do that herself.
No,
yeah, Blondie's not making that dungeon. So imagine the contractor's like, all right, so you got this mosaic tile, and then all of a sudden, you want me to keep it dirt? Or?
Exactly. Can you imagine the contractor be like, okay, wait, hold on. Modern day appliances, the island, the granite countertops, the new fixtures, everything. But you want an iron cage in your kitchen too?
Well, I got an iron guy. I got an iron guy. I got to call him. I don't know if he might be retired, but I'll look into it. I mean, I can do it. It's just, I got to see, I got to look at my resources here. But, and no questions. Like, why are you building
an iron cage in your kitchen?
Not to mention her oven. Remember, she opens up her oven
and it's like, oh yeah,
it's like 10 feet wide. It slides out. You can put a human being on the tray and then slide it right back into the oven. That looks like it goes into another room. Like, who fucking installed that?
So we get the fact that she's going to cook poor little Timmy, and poor little Timmy is trying to buy some time because she has to cook him at what is it like?
I don't know. She says the temperature and the time.
It's like 12 minutes per pound or something like that.
Yeah. She has like a pad and a pencil.
Right. She's trying to do math, all that. Yeah, just go to your refrigerator with the internet. So
that's what I ask. But and then so she what is the book already in there?
So the book's already in there. She's like, where's that book I gave you? And he throws the book at the cage.
He throws the book at the cage all mad.
Yeah, right. Because he's mad because he's about to get eaten, right? Mm-hmm. So she gives him, it looks like not even like generic store-bought cookies, not even like Chips Ahoy or anything good. Yeah, nothing really like.
You live in this white-ass town, you can't get Chips Ahoy? They said there was like $1.90 or something. That orange price.
You have a refrigerator that connects to the internet in 1990, but you can't give me the name brand cookies. Come on, you're killing me here. Quit nickel and diming me. You're gonna cook and eat me.
So then, basically, he just starts going, okay, well, he realizes the situation and goes, well, let me read you a story to buy some time, right?
Right, and she's interested because this was her favorite book when she was a little girl.
And you educated me on it. This is an old school method of telling stories.
Oh, yeah. So, basically, it's the 1001 Arabian Nights, kind of, storytelling. So, I'm gonna butcher the name, but it's, Shahrazad type storytelling. Basically, what this 1001 Arabian Nights is about, a horrible prince who his first wife cheated on him, and so every wife he marries after that, he pretty much just brutally kills her. So a couple of women by the name of Shahrazad.
It's fine.
Shahrazad. It basically captivates the prince by telling him these wonderful imaginative stories, but she always ends on a cliffhanger, so he always has to come back the next day to finish the story. So she does this for like months to years, and eventually, of course, he marries her, and he gives up his cruel plan of murdering these poor women.
And this was by design, because we watched the special features stuff on it, and the director and the writer,
because
they actually pronounced what we're trying to say better.
Right,
we did.
Because there's so many different ways you can do horror anthology. You do need a sort of device to tell the stories, to capture you in. This one does a wraparound story where the kid's telling these stories to pull us in. But VHS, they do the VHS
and then
tapes.
Creepshow does the abusive drunk father, but comic book
and
style.
Trick or Treat, they did it like it's all one big universe, and it all connects. So there's so many different kind of frames on how to tell a story, but they chose this way. So Timothy starts with this story, and this story is about 3 college students who are intertwined with a mummy. Basically, the story is that there is a guy by the name of Christian Slater, who is named Andy. We got his best friend, Robert.
No. His best friend's Lee.
Played by Robert Sedgwick. Mm-hmm. And then we have the Christian Slater's Andy's sister, played by Julianne Moore, who is Susan.
Julianne Moore.
And then we have Bellingham. Steve Buscemi, who is played by, who plays Bellingham.
We'll call him Bellingham.
Yeah,
Bellingham sounds more. So
Bellingham hits hard. Mm-hmm. It hits hard. You're like,
is it better than Edward?
Edward. Like, hey, Edward's coming to look for you. I don't care.
Who gives a shit?
But
Bellingham.
I'd be like, hey, Bellingham.
Hot on your trail.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh man, I better move some things around. I gotta get going. So, anyways, that is the short synopsis. But basically, what's going on is Lee, the best friend of Andy, he's kind of a douche, kind of your normal
rich
80s style yuppie with the pop collar and tennis racket with the vest around his shoulders, doesn't work in college, like all that. The most he's ever done, I think he filled out what did Christian Slater say? The
application
in the 4 years of college you've done is the
and he knows
application
it too.
That he filled out.
There's a scene where he's like getting a drink of water from the fountain. He's like, "Hey man, you don't really do much. Like things just kind of fucking go your way." And he like after his drink of water, he just looks up and goes, "Yeah, shrugs his shoulders like, yep." Your sister.
And what we find out is that Andy's sister, Julianne Moore, she's some sort of genius. And not only a genius, but she's also diabolical. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so not only did she write the proposal for Lee to get into, because he wants to travel Europe, right? And then even Christian Slater said, hey, doesn't your parents pay for you to travel through Europe anyways? And he goes, yeah, but this way I can travel through Europe, and when I come back, I can buy a Maserati with daddy's money.
Yeah.
So right off the bat, we understand that this guy's a douchebag. Christian Slater's his best friend, and Julianne Moore, the girlfriend, is the one doing all the work and doing all the heavy lifting.
All the heavy lifting mentally, at least.
Right.
Yeah,
so we open up, and from there, we get 2 movers. And these movers and you see it as the audience, and they're moving a box that says Lot 249, which is the name of this story.
Which, if we could pause real quick, written by
Sir Conan O'Doyle. Yeah, Sir Arthur Conan O'Doyle. Yeah,
so this
Conan
is an
Doyle.
Old story, man.
Old story.
I mean, because I was looking him up before we started doing this, I was like, oh shit, the guy died in 1930s.
Right.
This is an old story.
Right. And that's one of the things that you can do. So when you're working with these low budget horror movies, and this is considered low budget. They didn't have a big budget to make this movie.
Most horror is, yeah.
You know, you gotta sometimes get story frames instead of paying for writers and stuff. You probably go into what do they call it? The
archives.
The archives, yeah, but the free stuff. Where stuff that doesn't have any.
I could picture the guy sitting in his room somewhere and just going, oh shit, this is a cool fucking story.
Yeah. Stuff that has free public access that, it's not trademarked anymore. So we're going into this story, and we realized, me and you started watching this, and I remember me and you started talking about what would the cost be to actually get a mummy shipped to you.
Okay. And so the person buying it is Steve Buscemi.
Right.
Right. That's Bellingham. He's the one buying this mummy.
Right. And so what we understand with Bellingham is that Bellingham is actually also up for the proposal against,
right.
So he's going against douchebag here, Lee, who doesn't do nothing. He wrote his own proposal. Not only did he write his own proposal, but he's poor. Mm-hmm. And, he lives in the same dorm room as Andy does. Christian
However,
Slater.
that dorm room, we'll get into that.
We'll get into that, yeah. So we understand that he's poor. We understand that he works hard. We understand that, this is someone who's scraping by. However,
we pause and I go, how much do you think it costs
to ship a mummy? And we started running numbers. And the numbers, you came up with a number.
I came with a number, which was way off.
Well, yeah.
But I'm just say it. I said, that's probably 1990, $50,000.
And then I realized, you don't know how inflation works, or how GDP works, or how any of that works. Yeah. And then I'm like, that wouldn't even pay, and even in 1990, $50,000 probably still being a lot of money, still wouldn't be enough to even pay for the anthropologist to dig up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And to pay for the students and to get the permits.
When he started saying that, I was like, oh,
yeah, you gotta take the mummy out. Okay, this is all a process.
Packaging it,
packaging it, and then shipping. It goes by weight.
From Egypt.
The thing was in a stone esophagus. The cost alone, the weight alone.
So I said $50K.
Yeah, and I was like, no, that would. And then you got to cross straight lines, and then you got to pay off customs, and then because you can't ship a dead body across, without paying customs off.
Yeah, because they worry about fruit,
yeah,
plants. Of course. Is
that a banana? Whoa, hey, up against the wall.
So what was your number? You came up with.
I came up with $600K.
$600K
from the beginning to the end. To the last $20 bill that was tipped to these guys.
So then right off the bat, we're already poking holes in this plot.
So this guy, he didn't buy this mummy off of eBay, or if you're going to the black market, buying these on the black market is already a 300% increase. So there you go. So we're what do you think? I don't know.
So he gets. So then let's just continue with the story. But then they get. He meets the douchebag and Christian Slater.
Right. He comes across, and we realize not only did Lee not write his own proposal, but Julianne Moore did. But Julianne Moore also set him up. Remember? Set him up as that. Oh, that he stole something. And by the time he was acquitted, or by the time they figured out it wasn't him, the proposal already went to Lee.
He said it was an anonymous tip.
It was an anonymous tip.
So she is diabolical.
She's diabolical.
She said something that screwed over Bellingham.
Yeah,
and he knows it. He tells him to his face. He's like, yeah, and we know that he knows. He's looking at him. He's like, yeah, it was an anonymous tip.
It wasn't enough because she is considered an award-winning, writer, according to Lee. It's like, not only does she write award-winning papers, but she's also diabolical. Gonna make it she could have stopped at the paper writing, but she decided to take it that one step further and make sure and ruin another person's life and chances.
So they're going up the stairs. So those guys are done playing tennis. They're in their tennis clothes, and then they see Bellingham at his door. Steve Buscemi. They see him at his door, and he gets the thing delivered there. And then the delivery guy is wants a tip.
Right.
And and the camera zooms in on Bellingham opening as well, and he has 2 singles. He has
because you just spent $600K to get an Egyptian mummy shipped from Egypt.
Broke.
So yeah, I can see that.
And then does Lee, the douchebag, does he cover?
He covers it. He pulls out a 20. He pulls out a 20 in 1990. He's like, "Here you go, guys."
And the mover takes it. Goes, that was a heavy mother.
Yeah, that was a heavy mother. Thanks, man. And then of course. Steve Buscemi tells him, "Hey, Bellingham." He goes, "Hey, I'll pay you back. I'm gonna get that money back to you." And realizing, like, he's like, "No." Lee's like, "No, don't worry about it. Like, there's no rush."
And then what does Christian Slater say? He goes, "Oh, well, we'll just come in and look at it."
Show us what you got.
Oh yeah, instead of you paying us back.
Yeah, instead of you paying them back, you take a look at, what did you actually have shipped in? He's like, "Oh yeah, come on in."
Of course, he's excited. I just paid $600K for this thing.
Now, I've been in quite a lot of dorm rooms in my time. This is not a dorm. This is a goddamn library.
This thing looked like, what's her name from Sex and the City?
Yeah, it looked like her apartment. It looked like a New York loft for some rich people. But this is supposedly some poor college dorm. First of all, it's big enough to hold a stone esophagus of Egypt, of an Egyptian mummy. That's how big it is.
This dorm room, quote unquote, had multiple rooms in it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm drawing a blank, but the girl from Sex and the City is like her apartment.
Yeah. No, I get it. And it's, so anyways.
We gotta change the paper.
Okay. So, I'm sorry. I need to pause everything. I need to pause. We need to stop because there's something that happened when me and my brother were actually watching this movie. And Derrick, I need you to come clean to our
we always
beautiful
listeners.
We
always said when we do this podcast, we're going to be honest.
We're going to be honest
to our.
We want to be transparent.
We're going to be honest.
Transparency is what we strive to have.
It's the only way to do anything.
Yeah. So why don't you go ahead and come clean?
So I basically learned the plot of this story the first time I watched it with you while we were doing it for the show. I just thought that Steve Buscemi's character Bellingham was a teacher. I mean, do you blame me though? Who else is going to get a fucking mummy delivered to your room? You're like, no, dude, he's a broke student. I'm all, but he doesn't.
So what gets me is when we first started this podcast, you said you watched this movie from the age of 7.
Mm-hmm.
So from 7 to how
own the Blu-ray for like a decade.
And you've owned the Blu-ray for a decade. And you've been watching this movie on HBO since you were 7. And you still didn't know the plot of the movie.
It hit you because you looked up at me like we were writing for the show and you look up and you go,
yeah, because
he's a student. And I was like,
started mentioning it. You're like, oh, he's a professor. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
So I thought that
we had to pause the Blu-ray, and I had to explain to my brother, like, no, he's a broke student.
And I go, oh, and then not even that, you go, and I didn't even know about the scholarship thing. I didn't know about the Julianne Moore writing the papers for him. So what was I doing the whole time?
What were you doing?
Movie? No, I like to drink a lot. I like to smoke pot too. So I'm just going to blame it on that.
This wasn't that. You just blank out.
But in my defense, I just like the kills because the kills are cool in here.
The kills are cool.
Gosh, yeah. Some professor gets a mummy and like people start tripping and like the kill, then he drags his brain out with the hanger.
Oh my god!
So yeah, coming clean. I did not really know.
Derrick didn't know.
Okay, how about this? I actually appreciate the story more now.
Well, you should. Now that you know.
It's actually a good story.
Now that you know what it's about, you've only been watching it for 30-something odd years. 30 years you've been watching this movie. And you never know, like, that just boggles my mind. Boggles it. Anyways, so they go inside and they open up the esophagus or the box.
Crowbar.
Yeah.
Pry it
open, and it's a 3,000-year-old mummy.
It's still in the concrete thing, right?
Still in the esophagus. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they open the
esophagus. So for some listeners that might not know what an esophagus is. Esophagus?
No, that's your throat.
No, the
stone esophagus. The concrete thing is the stone. Wait, we should look that up.
So the mummy's encased in that stone thing.
You're going to call it a stone thing?
The stone thing.
That's what you're going to call it?
He opens up the box.
We're so professional here.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have access to the internet. Okay, hold on. Let me look it up. What are married? I'm going to do it right now. What are mummies buried in?
Well, you're the one saying it. I'm like esophagus? It sounds like you're saying esophagus.
Yeah, esophagus is like your throat, right? Mm-hmm. So I've been saying it wrong. Esophagi. Coffin is an esophagus. Sarcophagi. Sarcophagi. So
stone thing.
Stone. It's a coffin. Basically, it's a coffin.
A stone coffin.
It's a stone coffin. So, a ceremonial stone coffin.
Okay.
So we got that. Yay. Okay, we figured that out.
Okay, so he opens up the box, and there's the stone coffin in there, not an esophagus, not a part of the human throat.
Sarcophagi.
And right when he opens it, Lee, the rich douchebag who doesn't have to do anything in his life, he's like, I'm out of here. And I was like, look at him, man, like what a bitch. And you're like, no, I'm out of there too. Fuck that.
Fuck that. Yeah. I was like, you just had a dead body shipped. You know how many illegal channel? I'm out, dude. I don't want to do anything with you. I don't want to be around you. You know, this isn't like, oh, hey, I got some cocaine in my drawer. You have a dead 3,000-year-old body in your dorm room.
And then, of course, Andy, Christian Slater, stays behind.
Stays behind. And basically, Steve Buscemi, Bellingham, starts cutting them open, right? Cutting them open. We're learning, like, it smells like rotting flowers, and they're stuffed with myrrh and incense.
Onions. He goes, onions, spices. Like, they stuffed it with this.
And then he goes in there and he sticks his hand all the way up there, up the mummy, and he goes, ooh, fortune cookie. And he pulls out a scroll.
A scroll.
Yeah. So that's that part right there.
So he's a smart student. He knows his shit, obviously.
He's got to be. You're going to get
He blew his whole fucking life's fucking money on
because
this thing.
What do we think? Why buy a mummy, right? What's the whole point of buying a mummy?
Ooh, do you think all this was just to get back at the dude?
Yes. That's the point of this. Yes. It's the whole point. Yes.
See, I'm learning even more about this story. This story's so good. Every time I look at it, I just learn more and more about it.
When you watch movies, do you open your eyes? Do you?
Well, it's written by the guy who did Sherlock Holmes, so of course it's going to be a little complicated. So,
what are you paying attention to when you watch movies? That's what I want. Are you looking?
This one I'm looking at Julianne Moore.
Are you looking at Julianne Moore? She doesn't even come in.
Not even in.
She doesn't even come in until like halfway through.
God, that's one way to get back at somebody. How you think you just catch him in the parking lot and beat his ass or something?
No, you find out like, oh, we're gonna get an ancient mummy.
I'm gonna spend $600K.
$600K to get the. Anyways, okay. So we learn where are we at? I don't even know where we're at. Right?
So now, he's back in his apartment. So wait a minute. So
who's back in their apartment?
Lee, the douchebag,
okay,
back in his apartment.
I just want to meet Julianne Moore.
And she's
working out.
Couch,
right. She's in workout clothes. Yeah. So, okay. I can't believe I'm going to ask you this because you don't even know the story. But can you get us back
now?
Can you get us back on track? Where are we at? Get us back on track. So in this story
now, so Chris Slater's hanging out with Bellingham. They're in their thing, like looking at the mummy, and then it cuts to we're back in Lee, the douchebag, the rich douchebags in his apartment or dorm or whatever. These things all look like New York apartments. They don't look like dorms. And Julianne Moore's laying on the couch in exercise clothes, and he's like, "Hey," basically telling him about what happened. Hey, we ran into Bellingham, and she's like, "Oh, that idiot, that guy." He's like, "Yeah, and hey, I think he might be on to us here."
Right.
And she's not even worried.
No, she's not.
Cold and diabolical.
Yeah. She doesn't just want to win. She wants to dominate. She's like,
oh, him? He's got the hots for me.
Yeah, I'll take care of it.
Yeah, I'll take care of it.
It's like,
he's
man,
okay,
yeah,
I'm used to that.
Thanks, babe.
I'm still winding down from my tennis game today.
So we understand that Julianne Moore is diabolical. Lee's kind of a pushover, but he's writing this until the wheels fall off. Obviously, who wouldn't? And then we cut back to
Is that where she grabs that artifact now? Not yet.
Not yet. No, okay. Not yet. The Zuni artifact. Yeah. So we'll get to that. But we get back and we have Christian Slater, Andy, who is in his own room now.
Yes.
And he's watching a game.
His place looks like a college room.
It does. He's like, yeah.
There's Doritos and shit.
Yeah,
He's
empty
like
bags of Doritos, yeah.
watching sports.
There's no
stuff.
furniture.
He looks like he's selling it like I'm in college, get it? He's the only one.
The TV's on the floor. Like,
everybody else looks like they already have a bunch of money and they already have a lot of success.
Yeah.
And they don't look like college students.
Yeah, they don't look like that.
He's laying there and he's in the glow of the TV, the room's all dark, and then the power, he runs out of Doritos. And he's like, I'm gonna go get something. No, or does the power go out?
I don't know what you're talking about because this is the part where he hears Steve Buscemi.
Oh, that's right.
Through the vents.
Sorry, my apologies. Yeah. So
God, you really don't know this story at all.
I'm
30 years, folks.
He goes to the vent and he can hear through the air ducting. He can hear Steve Buscemi. Bellingham translating
the scroll. Translate the scroll that he got from the mummy. And which was great because he's translating these ancient hieroglyphics.
3,000-year-old.
They don't speak English, yet he's translating it into English.
With ease.
Right. And I've never seen that done before.
You know what? This just kidding. That's why I thought he was a professor. Because he's already translating this shit. I was like, this guy ain't no fucking student. He's reading this shit. He's a student? Oh, okay.
It's like 3rd century BCE, ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics from a language that's been dead 3,000 years.
And he's just reading it like that.
And he's translating in his head to English. Like normally you go, you translate it into the language it's officially written in first, and then kind of.
Like he was doing a crossword puzzle. Yeah, three-letter word.
Yeah,
rhymes with bat.
Rhymes with bat.
And he's like, starts with. And we notice that he says "open" a lot as he's translating.
So
open his eyes.
Open his eyes.
Open.
It's basically open with the noun, and we kept going. Remember, me and you were like,
open face sandwich.
Open face. Open-minded.
Open-minded. Open sesame.
Open sesame.
It goes up. That was it. It was just open sesame, and that's how you wake up a fucking 3,000-year-old mummy.
Basically, in English, and that's okay for the Egyptian gods who are going to resurrect.
He's doing it on the fly.
On the way.
He's just reading it like, okay, yeah. Well, that's what that says.
Yeah, that's what that says.
Dude, you should be running the school by now. What are you doing, as a student?
You know what kind of grant money you get if you can translate
I should be
3rd
seeing you
century
on the TLC
BCE
channel.
hieroglyph. Yeah.
Dude,
why aren't you doing Discovery Channel documentaries here, man?
It doesn't take much. We were talking about the air duct. Like he doesn't have to even listen.
Right, and Christian Slater's just listening to everything through the air duct, and Christian's like, oh, he does know how to read the hieroglyph.
So imagine it was college dorm. You could hear everybody fucking in there, right?
You could not.
Because all she was doing.
But see, I don't know. This is only like a 2-people college dorm room. I don't see any other people.
We don't see any other students. Yeah,
it's just 2
they
rooms.
Got the place themselves.
Yeah, it's really like that.
Once that happens, the power goes out. See?
All right, so what happens after the power goes out?
So after the power goes out, Christian Slater leans over the railing and goes, "Hey, Bellingham, come on, the fuse box is right by your door."
Right.
Come on. Then it shows Christian Slater go down to the fuse box or to the panel, whatever, opens it. He's messing with it. And then the mummy comes up.
Right.
And just grabs him by the throat and just throws him.
Dude, he
manhandles Christian Slater.
Dude, can you imagine getting thrown by your throat? God, dude, that would emasculate me.
Bitch.
Yeah.
He just throws him.
And then we get Bellingham coming down the stairs, right? Mm-hmm. With the flashlight. We're introduced to Julianne Moore is going over.
Moore.
Yeah, she's coming over because she's actually coming over.
I just came by to visit.
She's
like, that guy just threw me down. And Christian Slater's, I'm going to go after him. And then Steve Buscemi's like,
Hold on. You just got thrown by your throat. Are you really going to go after this guy?
No.
Are you really?
I mean, maybe we should all
You know what I would say after that? After I got thrown, I'd be like, I'm going upstairs and I'm calling the cops.
Yeah, and grabbing a baseball bat and locking the fucking door. So he runs outside, and then he just looks around, and then that's it.
He's like, hey, do you want to throw me again?
And then they're back in Bellingham's apartment where Julianne Moore's doing her
diabolical scheme.
Mm-hmm.
So
basically,
basically,
planting something.
Yeah.
Right?
So she already
is in his apartment. Bellingham's.
He offers her some brandy. He's like, you want some brandy? Which is, I think it's a G move, but.
and she's like, yeah. And you got to know, he's probably like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I might have a fucking chance here.
No, I think he knows. Of course he knows, because he just got a 600,000-year-old mummy and he resurrected it. He knows that she's no good. So he knows. So I think he knows.
But there's a line there where just to solidify how cold she is. He goes, yeah, I think he was a thief.
I think he was a thief.
And then she looks around his apartment. Is like, he probably couldn't have got away with much. I was like, damn. It's bad enough you're about to plant some shit in his apartment to get him
and
in
accuse
trouble.
him. Yeah, she's gonna
diss him too while you're at it. Like, you ain't got shit.
And you know what? To me, I'm like, places like a library and like a museum That's really
why I thought he was a professor.
You know how you know that he's not a professor? Because they tell you in the story what he is. That's how that works.
I missed that key part.
Yeah, when they're telling you the story. So basically, anyways, Julianne Moore, she plants this Zuni artifact in his apartment. He comes back with the brandy. Christian Slater walks in, almost catches his sister doing it, doesn't say nothing. And basically he's like, oh, that guy, he looked weird.
He was like, he was on drugs.
He was on drugs. He took my rings.
He took my rings.
And basically that's where we get with this scene.
And that's what we got.
All right. So now we've all been waiting for.
Here we go. Finally.
Obviously,
the only thing I know about this story.
Yeah, obviously. So I'm going to let you.
First kill.
I'm going to try to let you explain this one.
Is this kill effective for you? Is it pretty creepy? I think so. This is a scary kill.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But so here's the thing. Let's do some setup, right? So Lee's at the house by himself. Douchebag Lee. He's by himself. He's fallen asleep. He's on the couch. He has his brandy or whatever they're drinking. He hears the broken glass and the mummy breaks the glass and gets in his house, right?
Yeah, it's one of those doors. You break the glass, you can unlock the door. Bam.
We pan in. The mummy comes and the mummy grabs a coat hanger.
And you get this really cool shot. I love the shot. Where it's the camera's panning around the apartment and you see douchebag Lee. He's like, hello, walking
through.
And then the camera pans really quick by the closet and you see the mummy in the closet grabbing a hanger and bending it to make a hook thing. Which is a cool shot.
It's a cool shot. It's a cool shot. And then what we didn't explain earlier is that when Steve Buscemi told Christian Slater about, there's nothing in his, because they took his brain through the nose. That's what they used to do.
The embalming process.
Of the mummy,
prepping the body.
So we're prepping for this. We're, a little bit of foreshadowing there for you on that. However, mummy grabs a hanger, cool shot, him untwirling it to make a hook. And what does Lee grab?
He grabs a tennis racket.
Okay, you heard broken glass. Someone's in your house. You have an intruder, Derrick. What are you grabbing?
A baseball. I actually have a baseball bat and a machete in my closet.
I have knives in my kitchen.
Yeah.
He was in his kitchen. And he
grabs a tennis racket.
You mean to tell me this dude doesn't have a gun? He's rich.
I'm gonna assume that most people listening to this have picked up a tennis racket. And felt the not so heaviness of it, because it's usually really light. The whole point of the tennis racket is to be light and agile, so you can hit the ball back.
If you get hit by a tennis racket, you're gonna go, ow, that really hurts.
It stung
but
a little
it's
bit.
not. It's not
like a wiffle ball.
Yeah,
would
it's
hurt
gonna hurt. But yeah, I mean. You might as well
grab a handful of change and just throw the change in his face.
An empty milk jug. You might as well grab an empty milk jug.
Lay it on the ground. Hopefully he trips on it or something.
And that's one of the things about this movie, is that there is no self-preservation for any of these characters, even throughout the entire movie, I think.
Well, it just shows without Julianne Moore, this guy's hopeless. That just proves it. That just cements that thought. He grabs a tennis racket.
He grabs a tennis racket.
Because if she was there, what the fuck you grab a tennis racket for?
What are you going to do with that? And plus, that's a $250 racket.
Yeah, you're going to damage the racket.
You're going to damage the racket.
Grabs tennis racket. Doesn't do shit. Obviously,
yeah.
Mummy just grabs old boy
by the throat.
By the throat grabber. Lifts him up.
Yeah.
Lifts him up. Camera pans down. Oh, no, not yet. No, you see the mummy zooms in on his face, and he's shoving the hanger up his nose.
Right.
And then he just starts tugging down. And he's so obviously he's doing the ripping out his brain
through his nose with the hanger.
Camera pans down, and you just see a bunch of blood spilling all over Lee's feet.
But his feet are dangling. His feet are dangling and twisting.
He's holding him up by the neck against the wall as he's tugging down, ripping his brain out through his nose.
That's skill.
Oh,
that's skill right there.
That's a cool kill.
Yeah, that's a cool kill.
That's a very cool kill.
Yeah, exactly.
And then after that, Julianne Moore comes home.
Right. She comes home and she sees the mess. She sees it, everything how it is. But what does she find?
Oh no! But right when she comes home, though, she sees the mummy leaving and the screen door
does she?
slamming. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So she sees. Okay,
and she doesn't even get scared or react. She kind of just sees it and goes, "Huh." I'm like, hey, who the fuck are you? Hey. Where? Hey, you look like that guy that pushed me earlier in the hallway when I was going to visit my brother.
Why is there a human brain in my fruit bowl?
That she finds the human brain in her fruit bowl.
There's supposed to be fruit in my fruit bowl.
We talked about it. She doesn't react like how most people would to
because she's diabolical.
She's cold.
She's cold, man.
She's like, does my plan work? How does this affect my plan?
She should have been the antagonist in this movie.
She needs to be I hope she's going to school to be a homicide detective. Because you got the stomach for it, girl.
Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be that.
You see a brain in a fruit bowl.
So
it cuts to the cops, which you thought this part was funny,
right? So now
it's
a great. This is what you like to do. You set up your shots. This shot is great. So the shot pans. It's in the kitchen. The kitchen's a bloody mess. There's blood everywhere. Lee's on the floor. He's obviously dead.
Fridge.
You got police over him taking pictures, and then it pans over to Julianne Moore, who's just on the phone. She's kicking back on the phone.
She looks annoyed and kind of bothered too. She's like,
not hysterical or emotional that her boyfriend just had her brains pulled through his nose and left in the fruit bowl. None of that affected her.
And the mummy was like, "Ooh, this is really good.
This is good." Yeah, he was like, "I'm an artist. I do stuff. I
think there's a scene where she grabs an apple from underneath the brain and washes it off on her shirt. She rubs it on her shirt. Like, oh, okay, we got a problem here. My plan's falling apart.
So she calls Andy, but she's calm. She's like, "Hey, can you come over?" That's pretty much how that scene ends. And to me, that's cold, man. There's no tears.
Yeah.
There's no nothing. How they
that blank stare of like, "Hello, ma'am."
She's the evil one in this movie, not the mummy. She is absolutely diabolical.
And then we're at the funeral, right?
Right. The funeral.
We're at the funeral.
Basically, she knows
who did it. I saw who did it.
It's tall, thin, filthy,
and
stinking of rotten flowers.
And he goes, lot, and then Christian Slater goes, lot 249.
Right.
So she lied to the police, though.
She lied to the police,
yeah.
And then we get into back with Bellingham's place, and we have the curator from the University Museum there, who finds the piece of the Zuni artifact
that Julianne Moore planted,
and basically they're all there. So I get that this is a school, I get this is university, but if I have stolen items in my house, you're going to have to come with police and a warrant.
With real cops, not this old lady.
If someone knocks on the door, I'm the museum curator, I'd be like, "Oh, hi, museum curator.
How can I help you?
How can I help you?"
Okay, cool. Yeah, come back when you have cops and a warrant, all right? Get the fuck off my fucking doorstep. And he just goes, "Hey, she planted it there."
Yeah, she planted it there. He already knows what she's up to. Christian Slater comes in and they have a bit of a conversation.
Blah, blah, blah. Second kill. Yeah. Now we get the second kill. Julianne Moore, chilling in her apartment.
Right.
Not grief-stricken at all.
Nope.
Grief-stricken, whatever. She's not sad.
She's not sad.
Doesn't give a shit that her man just got his brains racked through his nostrils. Doesn't care. And then the mummy simply just walks in.
Yeah, and she faces him down. She stares him down.
She goes out like a G.
Yeah, she does. She's facing him. Mummy's walking towards her. She's like, yeah.
She grabs a pair of scissors.
Right. Not a tennis racket.
Not a tennis racket. Not a milk jug.
No.
And it's those old school, those big heavy fucking scissors.
Those good old 90s scissors, you know?
They're like knives.
Yeah.
Like 2 knives put together.
Yeah, and she stabs it. She's boom.
Right in his chest. Bam! Doesn't phase him.
Doesn't phase him because he's dead and he's made of dust. And he just kind of pulls it
the
out.
Scissors out, flips her around, turns her around, pushes her through the window kind of. She doesn't go through the window.
But she breaks it.
But window breaks and she's going, help! The one time, finally, she's showing
an emotion.
I'm scared actually. Help me. And then he just takes the scissors, cuts her fucking back open.
Right.
And then starts shoving. She has Prometheus or some kind of flower. Sorry, I tried to name the flower. Chrysanthemums or something. Sorry, I shouldn't have even done that. But he basically shoves flowers into her back. And I remember going, hey, that seems like it would hurt getting flowers shoved into
I remember
your
you
back,
said that. I'm like, hey, anything would hurt getting shoved into your back.
These chocolate-covered espresso beans in front of me would hurt.
Pillows.
Getting shoved into
Pillows
my
would
back.
hurt getting shoved into your back. Anything.
A rubber ducky.
You have an open wound in your back. Anything getting shoved in there, that's going to be painful.
For some reason, it seems like the flowers hurt more. But, yeah, then he just shoves the flowers in her.
And that's it.
And Christian Slater comes and finds her.
Yeah.
And she's wrapped up in what looks like we called it a CVS
I said a CVS tape because it's all sloppy. He tries to wrap her like a mummy, but it looks like a third grader did it.
Yeah, he would have got an F if this was a project. Like, okay, make a mummy. Yeah. He got the flowers right.
Yeah, but everything else, like
he probably went to the fridge and grabbed an onion.
It barely covers her eyes.
He probably even grabbed an onion from the fridge. Like,
it looks like a long CVS. It turns out it's white tape. He doesn't even finish. He stops midway through. Very, very lazily done.
And now it's revenge time.
Yeah.
Christian Slater's best friend Lee is dead. His sister's dead.
Yep.
It's time to get revenge.
So
we learned Bellingham's going to get kicked out of school. Big whoop.
Big whoop, right?
Big whoop. He's getting kicked out of school. He should have got a lot more than for what he did, bringing a mummy back to kill people, but whatever. He's getting kicked out of school.
But he brought mummy back to kill people because these people try to ruin his life. I know. Look.
Okay.
You know, if someone's trying to ruin my life, which they did, they were successful, you know, come on, man. Come on.
Okay. Plus, they were both mean people anyways. It's not like I was sad to see them go.
Yeah. It's not like that guy was a good guy. He was going to do things with his life.
She's such a bad person. We were shocked. I was like, oh my gosh, she's screaming for her life. There is a soul in there. Like, she's actually scared. Wow. And the other guy, you deserved that. You grabbed a fucking tennis racket.
You didn't do.
The world doesn't need you if you're grabbing tennis rackets for defense.
You're just skating on the coattails of life, anyways.
Yeah, you really.
Fucking trust fund, baby. Get out of here.
So Christian Slater wants revenge,
right? Which he does.
So what does he do? He just basically goes and pulls that damn fuse out.
Right.
Kills the power.
Steve Buscemi's in his room packing because he got kicked out. Power's killed. He goes downstairs to go that damn fuse box,
and then boom, he gets knocked out. And we don't know yet that it's Christian Slater yet. We don't know that yet. And there's that cool shot where his head falls and the flashlight's rolling back and forth on his face. It's a cool shot with the lighting there. And then Steve Buscemi, Bellingham, wakes up tied to a chair. Christian Slater comes in cool, wearing all black. He looks really cool here. He has just like a black short sleeve shirt.
I like those Gap pants. The pleated black Dockers.
He looks fucking slick. Dude. It's Christian Slater. Yeah. And he has that little bottle. Oh no, he takes his all his work. His
master thesis.
Yes, dude.
His master, and it's like, of course, his master thesis is like 700 pages, and he puts it on. Dumps it right at his feet.
It's a box of papers.
Yeah, and he's like, hey, that's my master thesis, and he starts ripping it up, and I'm like, dude, kill me. Set me on fire, do whatever you want to me, but dude, that's a lot of work.
See, and I learned more now about the movie because I go, oh, I just thought it was a box of papers after I've seen this movie 700 times. That makes sense. I'm learning so much about this movie doing this podcast. Yeah,
you should watch movies more often.
And pay attention to the fucking plot. So he's poured the papers around him, then he pulls out that little yellow plastic bottle of lighter fluid.
Yeah.
And just starts squirting it on him.
It's pretty.
What was the cold part where you go, man, it was pretty cold? He says something to him and he just goes,
I'm not going to apologize for my sister or my best friend. But I'm
And he goes, killing me won't bring them back.
And he's all,
he goes, letting you live.
It won't bring them back
either, dude.
So he threatens to, basically he's goading him. Christian Slater's goading him to resurrect the mummy, which Steve Buscemi does. Resurrects the mummy. The mummy comes up after Christian Slater, but Christian Slater has a battery operated knife.
And he even says, he goes, I got a battery operated one in case the power goes out.
Yeah. And it's like a battery operated carver. And he starts carving the mummy. First he takes off his leg.
I love the shot though where it shows him go, the mummy's coming after him and Christian Slater's excited. He's not afraid of this mummy.
No, he knows
exactly. And the camera zooms in on his face. He just says, he's like, yeah. Like you see the electric.
The Jack Nicholson look. Here we go.
Then he goes up and cuts the fucking mummy's leg off.
And then the mummy falls. Rips his arm off. And then cuts the head in half and throws it in the fire.
And as he cuts the head open, there's a bunch of, they were crickets, but there was a bunch of maggots
and stuff,
dust and just, it was pretty cool.
Right.
And then as he's throwing the body parts that he dismembered into the fireplace,
right.
The mummy's still alive. It's still crawling, and it grabs Steve Buscemi's like knees and thighs, is trying to hoist itself up.
Right.
Actually, that's when he cuts the head off. He cuts the arm and the leg off, and then he's trying to hoist himself up, and that's when he cuts the head off right on top of Steve Buscemi's lap.
Right.
And that's where all the maggots start filling out. And then Steve Buscemi's mouth is duct tape, remember?
Right.
So it looks like he wants to barf.
Right.
All, you see the tape coming out? Like, oh, dude, it's such a cool part.
So the mummy's in the fire. Steve Buscemi, he wants the scroll. Christian's like, give me the scroll.
I want the scroll.
Yeah.
Goes, where is it?
Give me the scroll. Takes the scroll, burns the scroll. It's like, hey, that's irreplaceable. He's like, yeah, that's kind of the fucking point. That's why I'm burning the scroll.
Yeah, he tells me like he's shocked. Like, hey, just so you know, that's irreplaceable. He's like, yeah.
So was my sister and my douchebag best friend, okay? So that happens. He doesn't kill Steve Buscemi. He doesn't light his nuts on fire. Just basically, Steve Buscemi says...
He's probably the best person out of the four characters.
Yeah, and he's walking out, and Steve Buscemi's just like, hey... You're never going to see me
Don't
again.
worry, you'll never see me
You'll
again.
never see me again. Because it's obviously the next day. And Steve Buscemi's walking out with a couple suitcases. He's in the taxi. And Steve Buscemi
starts...
unrolls a different scroll.
Hold on.
Yeah.
The taxi.
The taxi?
The taxi, you remember? It looks
what the taxi? What was... Why would you have chains on your back windshield?
And nails.
Yeah,
nails like on the window sill.
Everything's so hardcore, but then you got this plastic skeleton hanging like a holiday decoration from the 99-cent store hanging from this chain in your back window. Guy's obviously trying to be punk rock. You could tell, yeah.
But he was trying too hard.
Trying too hard. Yeah, it's too hard.
Just wear like a Morrissey shirt.
You're kind of a poser. You're a poser when
wear
you
a Misfit shirt, call it a day.
When you put chains and spray paint them black and put them up in your taxi.
And he starts laughing.
And
the guy's like, what's so funny, pal?
What's so funny? And Steve Buscemi's like, oh, they couldn't tell between 18th century porn or whatever and an 13th century Egyptian whatever.
He gave him the wrong scroll.
He burned
the wrong scroll.
And he ends up, Steve Buscemi resurrects his sister and douchebag.
It ends with Christian Slater in his dorm.
Yep.
Door opens.
And
there's his sister. They're holding flowers and scissors. Not the tennis. She's like, don't bring that fucking tennis racket. I know. He's all going to kill him. She's like, yeah. She's like, here, flowers. Carry these fucking flowers. Bring this stuff to flowers.
Even in death, he still has to be told what to do.
She's like, yeah, right.
She still has to control him.
It's kind of like, you're Julianne Moore and I'm that guy. You're carrying me in this episode.
I noticed that. You've been comparing me a lot to evil people. We watched Dogma last night, and you compared me to Ben Affleck. And I'm like,
and
I'm like, really? I'm the guy flying in the air, tearing people's bodies apart and dropping them to the earth? That's me?
Not evil, just really smart.
Okay.
So that's how it ends.
That's how that ends.
We don't get to see the kill, but you get
you get what happens. Okay, that's good. So we get back to the wraparound story, and basically the kid, he wants more time. So in order to have more time, he tells another story, and the other story is now called Cat from Hell.
The Cat from Hell.
The Cat from Hell.
This one written by my personal favorite, Mr. King.
Yeah, Stephen King. Stephen King wrote this one. Yeah, this is, and it has William Hinckley, right?
I think it's William Hinckley.
Hickley? The guy from Christmas Vacation.
That's what I think, but most people know him.
The blessing.
Remember he burns the tree down? He's like, oh, sorry. He doesn't even care. He burns his fucking tree down.
My stogie.
That's my favorite Christmas. Yeah, my
stogie. Get my stogie.
Yeah, that's
so that guy.
You guys know who he is.
And basically he's an amazing. But so let's get into the story. What happens?
Basically, this story is about William Hickey's character, Drogan.
Drogan, yeah.
He runs Drogan Pharmaceuticals.
Right.
And he basically was testing his product out on thousands, 5,000 cats?
5,000 cats in 4 years.
5,000 cats in 4 years. And basically was testing his product out on them. And that's why I think this cat's coming to kill him.
Right. So basically, a cat
hiring a hitman.
Hires a hitman
to kill this cat because it killed his sisters already.
Yeah.
Were they his sisters?
I don't know what they were. So
Two old ladies
no.
Them.
One of them was the sister. One was the sister's best friend.
Okay.
So I remember that part. So let's get into it. The hitman comes and he arrives in a taxi cab, a normal taxi cab, and he gets out and he goes into the room and this huge mansion. And the mansion, is it nice? Yes. Is it empty? Yes.
Very empty. What a waste of space.
What a waste. And there's like boxes everywhere. Like,
and a lot of the furniture's covered in sheets.
So it's like, it's very...
And as we learned watching the special, the special, the
special
Blu-ray,
features,
the special feature stuff, we learned that it was a big empty place that they were allowed to use.
Yeah, it was supposed to be. It wasn't supposed to be desolate, but it was supposed to look the way it was supposed to look for the cameras and stuff. So I get that. So let's get into it. So the hitman comes in. And he walks into the mansion and we get this, what was called cat POV or like cat cam. Mm-hmm. And basically cat's watching him and we get to see it through the eyes of the cat.
And there's like a purple sheen.
Right.
I guess cats see purple.
I guess I have no idea.
I have a purple sheen.
First of all, I'm not a big cat fan.
Neither am I.
I fucking hate cats.
I don't like them because they seem smart.
See, that's different. Okay.
That's what I don't like.
They
probably would have got lot 249.
I don't like them because their cat piss smells horrible and they make my eyes itch. Mm-hmm. And they're just horrible. They're just horrible things to have around. I'm a dog owner. I love my dogs. My dogs are great. You know. Too. Yeah, cats are just like, I fucking can't stand
There's something about them.
Something about them. You make my eyes itch. You fucking stink.
And I'm smart enough to know that I don't like them.
And I don't get that.
Than me. That's why I don't like
I don't get it. So we train our dogs to go outside, to pee and shit outside, right? Everyone trains their dogs to go pee and shit outside. Mm-hmm. People that own cats, they get to shit inside the house. They get to pee and shit. That to me, that's horrible, dude. Fuck that.
You know what it is? I think it's more of a us thing. We don't like cats because they don't need us.
So we have to trap them.
I want things to need me. So you know what? You're bad because you don't need me.
You don't need me.
It's an us problem.
It's an us problem. All right. So
he goes, I'm going to pay you $50K. $50K to kill him, and then $50K after you show me the body. And he goes, okay, who is this? He doesn't know yet.
He doesn't know.
He goes, the person is, or the thing or whatever is right behind you. And he turns around with a switchblade.
With a switchblade, yeah.
Pulls out a switchblade.
And like a dance move.
And then the cat just goes,
it looked like I was watching West Side Story.
It was a little black cat with green eyes, and it runs away. And he turns around and goes, "I ought to kill you for that."
Yeah, I ought to kill you.
I like that line.
Yeah, it's a good. I don't play games, and of course, neither.
Let me tell you the story. He goes, "Let me tell you the story why I want you to kill this fucking cat."
And he goes into it. So there used to be 4 people that used to live in this mansion. Mm-hmm. There was the hired hand.
No, there's 4 altogether because you got the old man, 3 other people.
So 3 other people that lived. Mm-hmm. There was the hired hand, his sister, and his sister's best friend. And they are all dead. And so he goes into the story of how each one, and I love it because when they go to the flashback, it's a nice blue color.
It's creep showish.
Yeah, like it's creep show. It's
which
very
I love. It's
comic
cool.
book, and it is.
And they actually said on the specials thing that we watched that this was actually supposed to be in Creep Show 2.
Right.
But they didn't, they wanted to shorten it up.
Yeah.
So it ends up.
So it got on the cutting room. Yeah. I wonder how many stories he wanted in Creep Show 2 and ended up on the cutting room floor. This story, although it's a great story, it's a wonderful story, it has a really great kill at the end. And it's probably, for me, the best one in the movie.
It's my favorite one.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
Especially because I understand the plot.
And I hate cats, too, so.
This was an easy one.
Yeah, this was an easy one to follow.
Obviously threw me for a loop.
Guy has to kill a cat.
I was like, okay,
that's it.
I can follow that. That's easy.
There's no Zuni artifacts.
So he goes one by one. Let's go to the first kill. He's like, yep.
It's his sister.
It's his sister.
His sister. And I love it because you told me, she's like, why is she dressed? Always dressed to go to like a speakeasy in the 1920s.
Yeah, they're like flapper girls.
Yeah, like the
and
1920s.
It's like, it looks like it's like 1 a.m. all the time. Every time he's telling the story, like, so she's up at 1 a.m. in the kitchen.
You're like, don't they ever just dress in sweatpants? They're always, and she had the band, the flapper band with the band, like the diamond studs around it. Feather.
And the cat just showed up out of nowhere.
Right.
All of a sudden. And
they take the cat in.
The two girls, obviously, they're, women are very nice, fucking comforting people. And they're like, oh, let's take care of this thing. And then he was like, yeah, don't take care of that cat. Especially because I killed like 5,000 of those fucking things in the last 4 years. Like, that's not good. That's a bad omen. He's like, get rid of that damn cat.
And they don't.
And he's banging on the door. Remember, I made the joke, like, he's banging on the door, like, get rid of that cat. And he's like in his wheelchair banging on her door.
And I'm like,
how afraid would you be of William Hickey in a wheelchair banging on her door?
This guy bruises his ribs swallowing oatmeal, so I'm not really scared of that.
Like, I would just open the door and go, shut up. And then like he would die probably. Like, like fucking
his bones turn to dust because of the loud.
The booming power of my voice would make his body disintegrate. So yeah, he's like, hey, don't get rid of this damn cat. And then and then she's going down the stairs.
Right. So obviously the cat stays against his wishes, and she's with the cat, and of course the cat's following her, and it crosses under her feet while she's going down the stairs.
Down the spiral stairs.
And there's like 4 flights
when
of
the
stairs.
camera pans out, it pans up, and it's like a downward view, like from the ceiling, looking down these staircases. I was like, we paused. I was like, I'm counting like 4 floors
at
here.
this time. Put in an elevator. You're rich.
You guys are all old.
You're old. Why do you have 4 flights?
I do a lot of inspections in my job. I'm a termite inspector, and when I go to old people's houses, they usually have that fucking thing that brings
them up. They sit in like they had in Gremlins. Like they had in
I'm
Gremlins.
happy for them. I go, look at you, look at that. Yeah, you need that.
You do, or an elevator.
Dude, you work for Drogan Pharmaceuticals. You think you could have got one of those things? Even it has to turn around the spiral. Yeah, they can make it. We can make it. So,
just get the construction guy
really
who did
simple,
the kitchen.
Basic kill. It trips her. She tumbles down the stairs. Boom. And what I like about when he's going to his flashbacks, they're really smart how they did this. It shows her get killed, and then they don't do no dissolve cuts or anything like that. They don't do nothing where the film dissolves.
Right.
The dreamy effect. It just all of a sudden you'll see the old lady, and then you'll see William Hickey rolling in his wheelchair with the dead lady behind him, which is I think really cool. And all they do is kind of change the lighting, like that was the past, and now we're back in the present. We get rid of the blue lighting.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff.
Cool. They did that.
And then the next death for the cat was the friend, and this was horrible. And I'm just gonna tell it. For the sake of time, I'm just going to tell it.
Yep.
She goes to sleep. He's chasing her like, give me that damn cat. Give me the cat. And she takes the cat in her with the room. She goes to sleep, and the cat puts a paw over her mouth like, shh.
Actually shows the cat's paw
on top of her
lips like, shh.
Here, girl, this is going to happen. Let's let it happen.
Take that.
Yeah. And the cat hugs her face, and she suffocates.
Yeah, and she sits up in the bed, and you just say, wah,
yeah. She gets up.
It's comical. I don't care who you're gonna laugh if you see it. There's no way someone's going, oh my god, this is scary looking.
The cat's hugging this old lady's face. She obviously dies. Suffocates.
Suffocated by
of course, the doctor, they're already 127 years old, right? So the doctor, he goes, the doctor said natural causes. I bet the doctor didn't even look at the body. He's just like, 127 years old.
What she had on.
Yeah.
He goes, obviously she was born in the 20s. This lady can't get rid of
1820.
Well, she's born in 1890 or something.
Yeah.
She's like in her flapper girl.
He's like, no, this is natural causes.
She's just old, man.
Yeah, this is what happens.
She just died.
Yeah, you just die. That's what happens when you're 127.
That part's really funny.
Right.
And then, so he's like, get rid of the cat. So he tells
the hired hand to get rid of the cat.
Who was Theo, for you Breaking Bad fans. He's Theo. He has the wheelchair
guy.
He's in the wheelchair in Breaking Bad.
And he has no lines in this either.
No lines at all.
Unfortunately,
he's also in Scarface, too.
He has to change. He has to basically get rid of this cat in a picnic basket in the backseat of his car. So the cat from hell obviously can't get out of the picnic basket.
So we go to the blue lighting comes up, so you know we're in the past.
Yeah. And
he has the picnic basket in the back seat with this little shitty cheap, you know those little hooks you buy that it's like a hook and a screw at the same time, but it's really cheap and flimsy, and you screw it into something.
It's probably like on your garage, like the cabinets in your garage.
From it.
Yeah, you hang a key from it. Very flimsy,
and it just shows the cat's paw like coming out of the picnic basket.
It just kind of
jiggles that shit open. Again, Drogon, you have all this money.
Get a cage,
Let's
Drogon.
get the motorized thing to get us up the stairs. Let's get a real cage.
Let's do it, yeah.
What are you doing, dude?
Let's call pest control. Before we spend $100,000 on a hitman, let's get some pest control in here.
Can of cat food, cage.
Poison cat food. Poison the milk. There's 1,001 ways to get rid of this thing.
Dude,
but you call a $100,000 hitman.
At what point was he sitting there going, I gotta get a hitman? He's sitting there in his wheelchair and goes, I think hitman.
Yeah,
gotta get a hitman.
There's the only way. There's no other way.
No other way.
You were able to get him and put him in a picnic basket, okay? You got to that
part. You could have killed him there. How'd you get him in the picnic basket?
Yeah, it's like the picnic basket on fire.
Done. He's all drive him. What is he?
No, you pick up the picnic basket and put it in the backseat of your car and drive it somewhere. Come on, man.
Cat jumps out of the picnic basket as homeboy's driving. It's going to slash his face, and then runs back to the scene. The guy just, nothing I can do.
Yeah.
Stop the car.
Stop the car.
Pull over.
But because he's old people driving, and again, they're like, that's an accident. That's what happens when old people drive.
And then the car
Quit trying to blame this cat.
The cat scratches the shit out of him. The car flips over, and then we get to see it again. Now we see the car blow up, and then we go to the fireplace, because the car blew up. So now the fireplace, represents the car blowing up, and then we're back in the room now. And as we go back to the room, so that's it. All three people are dead, and the cat is sitting in. We didn't even give his David Johansen's the actor.
Right, he does an amazing job.
Really good.
These two bounce off each other. Mm-hmm. It's awesome. It's funny. Good. I love it. You could tell they're having a great time. We're having a great time watching
Just
this.
Talking about them.
Yeah,
I think when we watched the special thing too, they even said like they drank a little bit.
They drank a little bit. Yeah, I'm sure they did.
I'm sure they would go and fucking record.
Right.
Or shoot their scenes or whatever. Halston, that's the name of the hitman. We're just going to call him Hitman though.
Yeah, Hitman.
Yeah. Tall, handsome dude, David Johansen.
So he cuts back, and Hitman has the cat in his lap, and he's petting the cat, and he's listening to the story, and he's thinking like what everybody else is thinking. These people are just old. They're just tired. And he's like, Drogon Pharmaceuticals is my company's responsible for this pill. It's a tranquilizer, a painkiller, and a mild hallucinogen. It's like,
I like that they went mild on hallucinogen. You could have said hallucinogen, and it would have the same effect.
What is this pill for?
Mild hallucinogen.
And he's popping it like candy throughout the whole show. But yeah, so he's responsible for this pill which he tested on 5,000 cats because they have a unique nervous system.
They have a unique nervous system.
Over 4 years. And so that's why he thinks this cat has come for revenge.
Which, yeah, if I was him, that sounds logical.
That's an old people thing. No, that sounds like sounds like a conspiracy theorist. Aliens are looking at me like I saw Bigfoot type of thing.
No way, dude.
If I'm the hitman, I'm like, dude, this guy's a fucking...
Well, I guess one day I'm going to get killed by termites.
You might. Yeah, exactly. That's my point.
Yeah.
That's my point. So... the gentleman's like, hey, the hitman's like, what if I just kill him right now? And he tries, he's like, I could just wring his little neck.
Break his little neck.
I could break his nail. And he tries, he doesn't.
And the cat goes, scratches the fuck out of his palm.
Right.
And then the cat just runs away.
Right.
So
basically Hingley says, look, I'm leaving. I'm gonna go. I'm going to get high in the back of this taxi. You take care of it. There's food, there's liquor, everything your heart could desire.
And
right?
the same taxi that dropped Halston the hitman off is the same taxi waiting for him.
Right.
Because he goes,
that
hey,
taxi
man,
made, yeah.
He's trying to pay him. He goes, I guess the old man wants you to wait. He goes, for what he's paying, I'll wait all night.
Yeah, I'll wait all night. Yeah. He paid, that taxi paid his mortgage
that's old man Drogon.
Yeah, that's old man Drogon.
Cats. You don't know this guy. So he goes, all right, I'm going to leave. He goes, you got the place to yourself.
Right.
So all the booze,
all the liquor,
all the food,
anything you want. And of course,
he opens the fridge.
It's like one egg.
I like how there's an egg.
There's just one egg. I don't even know it's not even in like the egg shelf. It's in the middle of the shelf.
In the middle of the fridge, in between the little rungs.
Like if you were to open it, it could roll and crack and break.
Is it even hard boiled, or is it just?
And he's got the cheap booze that comes in plastic bottles.
And he looks at his booze, he goes, rich guys always buy the cheap.
They always buy the cheap stuff.
You didn't mind helping yourself to it, though.
Yeah, you still drink it.
Start drinking it.
Still drinking. And that's why rich people are smart. They're like, we know.
Yeah, that's why I'm rich.
Yeah, that's why I'm rich.
And plus, these pills are pretty dope. Yeah, these a mild hallucinogen in here.
You think I'm eating?
I don't eat. I'm not even eating.
It's a tranquilizer and a painkiller. You really think I need booze on top of it?
So let's get down to business. We're the hitman. We're going to kill this cat.
We're going to kill this cat.
He opens up his little briefcase with all his weaponry.
I'm sorry.
You paused it.
I had to pause it.
You paused it, and we looked at the weapons this dude had.
And it was pretty much the equivalent of the Milton Bradley clue board set. There's like a candlestick and a rope.
It shows him pull out the guillotine wire, whatever they call it, the guillotine wire, or whatever. And he goes, and he pulls it taut.
He's got a pen knife.
What are you gonna fucking run up behind it and choke a cat?
He's got a pen knife from Timo or fucking Wish.
So we see his. It's not very impressive.
It's not. I'm not impressed. And what makes me more upset is that each place has like a certain cutout for it.
Yeah. Like that briefcase custom made.
And I saw a compass in there. Like when I saw the compass in there, I'm like, oh, he definitely got this as a set for Christmas.
So he's drinking.
So what's the first thing he tries?
What's the first thing he tries?
Was it the poison or was it the knife or what was it? Because he tries three things.
He tries the gun, which we'll get to.
Look at that.
He tries the gun. I forgot what it.
Anyways, he tries. Let's just go into one of the ways he tries, and it's the poison. And he's chasing the cat. Like a goddamn idiot.
Yeah, he has a syringe.
The syringe.
He has a syringe and
with the poison.
He goes, this is the good stuff.
It's not like the
Drogan stuff.
Not like the Drogan. This is the grade A stuff.
And he just literally just.
And he's walking around in it. He's walking around in the dark. He doesn't turn any lights. What kind of hitman?
It's like an X-Files episode.
Yeah.
There's no light in this.
He's like, I'm gonna walk in the dark with all this junk in my way.
As I'm drunk. He's been drinking cheap booze, by the way. And he's, what's your plan? You're going to grab the cat and just inject it and kill it?
Well, because you think it's a normal cat, right? Because if Drogan told me that story, right, I'm thinking the same thing like anybody else thinking.
Right.
You guys died of old. Yeah.
Man,
I'm going to get my 100K. It's going to be an easy 100K.
Thanks, nutbag.
Yeah, thanks, nutbag. And of course, the cat whoops his ass. Like, gets his balls, right? His genitalia. Scratches his face.
Yeah, we don't have to stay in order, really.
No.
I mean, basically, we're just telling a story about this cat and him in a mansion.
And he's pretty much getting his ass whooped by this cat.
And it's just shots of the POV cat shots with the purple, I guess cats seeing purple, according to this director. And it just runs up and scratches his fucking crotch, dude. That hurts. But my favorite attempt is he puts a little food bowl in front of this TV. He's watching TV and he's drunk because they're showing the bottle slowly disappear. Like all the liquors go. He's drinking.
He's
drinking and he's getting fucking faded. And then there's one part he looks trash and he's sitting at this desk and he puts a bunch of boxes up and then he puts a food bowl or a milk bowl, something to get the cat in front of this TV and he's watching TV and he's like, after he gets his ball scratched, that's when he pulls out. So there's another layer to this briefcase. So after and
underneath
the camera shows the briefcase, and he pulls up the first layer and removes it, and then there's this big.
So he pulls out a regular, looks like a 9mm with a silencer, right? Normal, typical stuff that I think a hitman would have. But on this silencer is a laser sight, a laser pointer, right? Now it's not the laser pointer that you and me know of. Right? It's a little tiny scope. It shoots a laser. This thing is about as big as a microwave, and it's on his fucking gun.
Older stuff. It was always bigger.
It's always bigger.
Your cell phones were a lot bigger.
If he turned this laser pointer on, it would radiate. radiation. And you would get cancer by just turning this thing on.
It's really big.
It's huge. This thing, you can't even see behind it.
And then we argued because he pulls this thing out and he's like, "Oh, I got a clean shot.
I got it dead to rights.
So we see that the red lasers on the cat's head is this. It's like it's eating food or licking the milk or whatever it's doing, and he goes, "All right," bam, pulls the trigger, and the TV just blows up. So he missed, and I paused, and I go, "Oh, dude," because I actually had the pleasure of reading this actual story.
Right. And you paused it.
From Stephen King.
And you were serious.
Stephen King goes into the cat's so evil that the bullet burns up. And that's how evil it is.
And then I said...
And you go, no.
No, that's not what happened.
He missed because
he has a goddamn microwave. He's trying to shoot a fucking 9mm with a printer on his fucking gun. That's why he missed the shot. It's so evil. There's so much logic in this story. Like, seriously, we don't need all the conspiracy theories or cat from hell. I got an idea. Take the printer off your goddamn gun. Learn to shoot like a real person, and you'll be fine.
I mean, if you haven't seen this yet, listeners, if you haven't seen it yet, go see it, and then you'll see why this shit's so funny. Because it does look like
it's a huge thing. Yeah, it's a
VCR.
huge. It's bigger than a goddamn gun. It's bigger than a goddamn.
And its only purpose is to shoot a laser, so he can shoot his target.
Just turn it on in the middle of the room, and you guys both get cancer and die. It's like a damn MRI machine.
And so he fails, and in the last scene, he's like shooting pool.
Yeah.
He's like shooting pool, and the cat comes up and just starts scratching the shit out of him. He tries to shoot at it again, but again, he can't get a clean shot. He's
because the cat attacks him after the first shot, and he can't. He's like, and he's trying to shoot, but you got a fucking goddamn washing machine and dryer on your fucking gun. So you can't, obviously, so you're going to shoot into the fucking nothingness.
And then it just jumps into his mouth.
Oh, yeah, this was a great part.
Okay, this is probably the coolest kill, and it's a 2-part kill.
Yeah.
You get the initial happening of the kill, and then the after.
Yeah. And the actor does such a great job because he's struggling, he's fighting, you can see his eyes watering, and it's going in his mouth. The cat is going inside of his mouth.
Just imagine like he's
swallowing the cat. And the cat's crawling this way.
And he's doing a good job swallowing it. Arms flailing around.
It looks awesome.
Mm-hmm. Very cool.
Cat goes in his mouth. We get to the next day. Right?
Next day. Old Man Drogon
comes back.
Rolling in, dude. He comes rolling in his fucking wheelchair. And it's actually the first light we get in this movie. He's finally outside. So he opens the big door and the light's bleeding in from the outside.
Thank God.
And he just sees the hitman. He sees Halston laying there.
Right.
Dead. With blood everywhere.
And he's like, what the hell happened?
Like, it was a heart attack? What the fuck happened here?
And then we get to the point.
And he rolls up to his body.
And the body starts inflating. Like the stomach starts swelling.
Starts expanding.
The chest starts expanding. The throat expands. And then we get this fucking Jim Henson cat and puppet going through the mouth.
So before that even happens, he's looking at it going, what the fuck? And then blood squirts all over the Old Man Drogon. Yeah. It squirts all over his face. Because something's trying to push itself out of this body.
And it's the cat.
And slowly but surely the cat
And it does a cool shot out of the mouth. That's a cool shot.
It's the best kill. And it makes you, as a horror fan, like, you just go, that's why I like practical effects.
Yeah.
This is why. And we saw the work they put into it. They made like a little platform.
It takes effort. And then you got to work with live animals. And like I said, cats suck. And they even said in the special features,
it's hard to work with
cats suck. Like, they just do.
Hard to work with a cat on this one because, you can't.
The only thing, so the cat jumps on to Hinckley, right? Old Man Drogon.
So
he's trying to get his pills. Save me, pills!
So he's going to take the pill. So he's reaching for his little brown pill bottle, and the cat's just on his lap going. Like motherfucker, you thought you would.
And he dies of a heart attack.
He's like, why didn't you just get a cage? You had me in the picnic basket.
What I don't understand with the cat is, like, if you just would have waited 6 days, you probably would have died anyways. Like most of those people in those houses. Those people were 127 years old, Derek. The worst thing I could do to you is let you live and keep taking those pills. Not let you die of a heart attack.
And then the last shot we get is just Old Man Drogon. His arm goes down and the pills come spilling out of a little bottle.
And that's it.
That's it.
All right.
Best kill of the movie?
Best kill of the movie.
Best kill of the movie.
So we get into our next story, and again, it's the kid, Matthew Lawrence.
Buying himself time.
Buying himself time.
That's it.
Don't cook me. Don't eviscerate me. Let me tell you, because the Blondie likes love stories. So she wants to hear love stories.
Because she even says, oh, that's it. We're done.
Yeah.
Nope.
No, we got one more story, though. One more story. And this is our last story. And this one, I feel somebody owed somebody a favor. Because, yes, the practical effects were great in this. Yes.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. I give a lot of respect to whoever created the gargoyle. All that stuff was great.
But let's just be honest.
You know when they say, oh, you saved the best for last? They didn't do that here.
And they think they did. They think they did. Because Blondie even says the line after the end, like, oh, you saved the best for last. And I'm like, really? So this story is called Lover's Vow.
Lover's Vow.
And this is an old Japanese story from Yuki Onna from 1904 from a book, and it's a screen adaptation. And basically the premise is there's a starving artist, and his work's not selling.
Hold on, but it's written by Michael McDowell, because I want to hold the motherfucker responsible.
But first of all, Michael McDowell is a great writer. Like, he's done so many screen adaptations. This was the 90s. Maybe he got his hands on some, like, bad crap.
Even Bruce Springsteen writes a bad song sometimes.
Yeah, even sometimes, right? Sometimes like that.
I'll be honest with you, man. I don't like this story
I don't like it either.
It's fucking boring to me. I think it's boring.
Right.
Just flat out.
Flat out boring.
It's boring.
Right. I mean, they didn't, and there's nothing wrong with it. The acting's fine. The set design's fine. The practical effects are great, but the story sucks. And the story is basically a starving artist. He can't sell. His agent, fires him, and he gets drunk in a bar, and they leave the bar, and a gargoyle comes to life.
Comes flying down from the building.
Kills the bartender. No, that was a good kill. Bartender.
Right. The practical effects in this are really good.
Right.
Like, chops his hand off.
The gargoyle slaps the hand.
Slaps his head off. So he basically gets fired by his agent in the bar. And then
the gargoyle
the gargoyle comes down, kills the bartender. But remember, they left that guy in the bar.
Yeah, and that's another thing. So, yeah.
And then there's a guy passed out at the bar.
There's a guy passed out in the bar, and they lock the bar and breaking all kinds of fire code, locking him in. Because they don't lock the doors. It's like chains. It's like chains and locks. Gargoyle kills the bartender by hitting his head, and it falls off and it rolls into the street. Then he makes a promise with the gargoyle. And all the gargoyle asks, you can't mention what I look like. You can never say that this has happened. You never met me. If you keep that promise, you'll have nothing to worry about. And that's the premise of this.
Okay.
And he meets a girl on the.
See how bored I look?
Yeah, I know.
I'm looking
at your eyes are dead.
I had so much energy on the last one. I'm like, why do we have to do this?
So I suffer for sleep insomnia, and I rewatched the third one last night and fell asleep. So I was like, oh man.
Yeah, so every time I watch this one,
You've owned the Blu-ray. You owned the Blu-ray for 10 years.
After The Cat from Hell, the Blu-ray's done. I'm done.
That's it.
That's how much I don't like
You even go to the
this
special
story.
features and everything, and some of those special features are shitty.
And if you're someone who likes this story, I'm sorry. I just,
It's not
my cup of tea, dude.
Yeah.
Not at all. So anyways, back to this great story.
The guy meets a girl in the middle of the street. He's kind of rapey with her. Slams her against the wall.
Yeah, he grabs her and slams her against the wall.
Okay, so
he's hand over her mouth.
He's scared because his friend got killed by a gargoyle, and I get it, and he's trying to protect her, and like he understands. But there's other ways of going around it. You know what I mean? Like you don't take a poor girl and slam her against a wall and put your hand over her mouth and be like, shut up!
Yeah, you can even just use words like, hey, why are you walking on the streets at night by yourself? Because he says that, but he says it, he's like, you're walking around here by yourself at night with his hands over her mouth.
She's like, I'm just trying to get a taxi. He's like, you see any goddamn taxis around here?
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Convinces her to go back to his place.
Which is, this girl has no self-preservation. I have a daughter, and if my daughter ever did anything like this, I would be so pissed with her.
And her name's,
Carola,
played by Ray Don Chong. Ray Don Chong, and then James Remar is Preston.
And Preston.
That's the artist.
That's it.
That's it.
And then the start of life. She supposedly knows this, the hottest gallery in town, art gallery in town, and he's able to sell his fucking trash there.
And they're in New York. That's where art happens.
And that's it. Like, he's having a good life. He sees this old buddy who fell asleep at the bar. He's like, hey, remember me when you locked me in the bar and my fucking friend died and he got decapitated? Mm-hmm. Do you know anything? He's like, no, I don't know anything. And you're like, okay, that's suspicious.
He just runs away from him like, no, I don't know anything.
Yeah. His old agent comes back. It's like he has kids now. It's 10 years later. And he wants to make a vow to her, and he's like, hey, look, the reason why I was so shitty that day is because there's this gargoyle that came down, killed me, and this is what it looked like, and blah, blah, blah.
Killed somebody.
Killed somebody, yeah. And he scratched his chest, and he had his wound on his chest, remember? And basically, he has a clay sculpture that he comes out of one, like, this is what it looked like. So he's breaking all the promises that the gargoyle told him not to make. He's breaking every single one of them. And of course, it turns out,
and all of a sudden, which we will give the credit where it's due,
the practical effects of
amazing.
So it turns out the girl's a gargoyle. That's what I get from it. The girl's a gargoyle. She was always a gargoyle. She turns into the gargoyle, which is great effects. It looks like a Hellraiser kind of effects. It's really good.
Yeah, so she starts getting like thorns and like spikes coming out of her
wings
skin.
are coming out. Her body's falling apart. Her face is morphing.
Like, why did you say something?
Yeah, why did you? Yeah, you weren't supposed to say anything. Kids turn into gargoyles. She bites his neck. He dies, and they fly out.
Rips his neck open.
Rips his neck open, which is a good. And then she takes her kids and flies and becomes a statue.
And then they become a statue with the kids.
And that's it.
Wow.
That's it. That's the story. That's the whole story. I'm not leaving anything out.
No, hold on. We got notes on the wall here, folks. Let me look at here. Oh, he had broken popsicle stick art.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So when he was doing artwork, he had a bridge made of popsicle sticks.
Yeah,
you wonder why he's a failing artist.
Yeah, when this story starts, it's him in his New York apartment. And he's like trying to glue popsicle sticks together, and they go and they break, and he goes, ah!
He gets angry. Not my popsicle sticks. Yes. And he's got a mattress on the floor where he doesn't have sheets or pillows, just a sleeping bag. Like, how did he get this? How did he get Carla to sleep with him? Is what I want to know.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If we have any fans that go, I can't wait to hear their take on Lover's Vow. I'm sorry.
That's my take.
We let you down.
Yeah,
you were let down. I understand.
I recommend it if you're trying to fall asleep. Put on Lover's Vow.
Yeah, it's like you said. Like, does someone owe somebody or what? I don't know.
He owed somebody. Somebody owed somebody money.
Who said this was like? Yeah, this is the nice.
This is good. We're gonna end on this. I think they ended on it because the practical effects were greater in this one. Good. There's a lot more money that was put into this one, but the story wasn't there.
It
wasn't there.
Boring.
Dude.
So after that heap of shit, we have to finish the wraparound story, obviously. She's like, okay, that's it. Time to cook you. And he goes, oh, hold on. I got one more story. She's like, no. She's not having it. She's like, that's it. We're cooking you. Opens up the gate.
With their keys from the Pirates of the Caribbean keys.
Yeah, like those big ass keys. That's like a foot long key there. Yeah. Opens up that cage, and then he's like, he's trying to tell a story. He's like, it's about this woman who's trying to cook this boy. Obviously, he's explaining his situation. He goes, but he had these marbles in his pocket, and they were shiny and really slippery. And he pulls them out, throws him on the ground. She slips on him, falls back into all those spiky things that she was going to sew him back up with.
Right.
Whatever those
she had him. Yeah, she had him face up on her rolling island there because, she's rich.
On her rolling island. It was a rolling. Yeah, that's right. And then she falls on that, and it's so comical the way he just pushes her in the oven and runs off like, later, bitch.
Yeah. He eats a cookie. He's like, I love happy endings.
I love happy endings. Decent, cheap. Yeah. And then that's how it ends. Yeah, that's pretty much how the wraparound story ends. Blondie gets cooked in the oven.
Yep. That's it. That's how that works. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of our show. I really hope you enjoyed everything. We are really coming together here. You can listen to us on Spotify. We're going to be going on to YouTube. And if you have any suggestions about anything, please hit us up at itcamefromthepod@gmail.com. I read that every day. I take suggestions. Please let us know. And we might do a movie about you, about your suggestion. Anything else, Derrick?
No, I think that's it. Thanks for
that's
listening, and I'm sorry if you were a big Lovers Vow fan. I really am sorry for it. I feel
I'm
bad.
not.
Like, okay,
I'm not.
Yeah, so that's it. And remember, you're not above anybody
Until you're 6 feet under.
Good night.
Good night.